Morning all, from me and the dogs. Nice little pack today. So today's little thought, it's been gradually occurring to me over the course of a few days when I've been looking at the frozenness of the ground, and then when the ground unfreezes, it just really reminded me of it. It really points towards how, we also as people, humans, are surrounded by, born into, and sort of conditioned by our culture, our environment, and there's still an element of us that's unique, but there's still an element of us which is purely dependent on our outside circumstances. So it's like this play-off between our unique selves and external factors, just like the way the soil or the ground is. It's always the soil, it's always the ground, but it's affected by the seasons to the point where all of the soil, even though it's soil, it becomes frozen soil in winter, or soft soil in warmer temperatures. So there's no escaping. I mean, the seasons especially, they are referred to, especially in Taoist philosophy, as the conditions in which all of matter and phenomena are formed. We get the 5 elements from the 5 seasons. So we have fire, metal, wood, water and earth, corresponding to the 5 seasons. Now you think, oh, what, 5 seasons? Well, there is 5 seasons in Taoism, Chinese understanding of things, and one of them is late summer, you see, and it's the crossover between summer, when the warmth starts turning into cold, and it's called late summer. So it's like, if you imagine a waveform going up, it gets to the top of its arc, and that's the height of summer, and then the waveform comes down, and it's getting cooler and cooler until it gets to the point where it crosses from warm to cold, and then the waveform goes below the line, the horizontal line. So at that point where it crosses the horizontal line, that's the change, and that's the Chinese or the Taoist philosophy have a place for that in the seasons. So late summer. Similarly, we have the 5 elements. We have the 5 elements that are born out of those 5 seasons, like interconnected. So the seasons are the mediums in which things formulate over time, which corresponds to the amount of energy at all times that's arriving from the sun, which of course is cyclical, it's seasonal. That's where the seasons come from, based on planetary movements around the sun. So going off track a bit there, but what I'm trying to say is the seasons are important when it comes to not only the formulation of all matter and all phenomena, but it's a good way of understanding how we're interconnected. Nothing's isolated, nothing is progressing on its own, unattached to anything else. It's always a response, and it's always conditioned by, and it's always informed by the wider context that it sits in, like the way the soil is constantly interacting with its conditions, i.e. the temperature, the weather, frozen soil, mud, whatever. So it's a clear example basically of the nature of everything. So I'll leave it there, thanks, and see you again.